Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you what I think are 9 of the best essential oils to start with if you are a total beginner. If you guys are new around here, my name is Becca. I'm a registered dietitian. I share lots of nutrition and wellness and just general healthy, non-toxic living content here on my channel with a little bit of lifestyle and motherhood as well. So I hope that you guys will stick around. So I have been using essential oils for about 3 years now, and they to me are so handy. They are things that we reach for every single day, and they are just really powerful like plant tools to support our bodies and to make our home smell good and just to make life a little bit easier, because there's so many different ways that you can incorporate them and use them. They have really a variety of uses. They're not like some magical cure-all or some like weird hippy dippy thing, which is kind of what I thought before I really got into them and kind of gave them a chance. But they can be such awesome tools just to kind of incorporate into your life. And once you start using them, you'll kind of be surprised how well they fit into your life and how many ways that you can use them and what they really come in handy for. And now I really can't imagine living without them. Essential oils, you know, since I've got started, I feel like have blown up even more, and more people are just interested and curious and want to learn how to use them. So I thought it'd be fun to do a beginner's video, and I picked out 9 oils that I think are, in my opinion, if you were to ask me, the best ones to start with. And they all kind of have different uses and different reasons to use them, and they're all very helpful in their own ways. So let's dive in and go through these 9 oils. They're actually, majority of them are in the like Young Living starter kit, which is what I got 3 years ago. That's how I got started. That's how pretty much everyone gets started if you want to try Young Living oils. And I actually have like a whole separate video breaking that down. So if you want to go over there and check that out after this video, if you're like interested in signing up and joining the oily life, that's definitely the best way to go. And you will find that a lot of these oils that I'm going to talk about are in there, because it's kind of like a beginner's everyday oil set to get you started. Okay, so first up we have lavender. I feel like lavender is probably one of the most popular essential oils. It's the most talked about, and for a good reason. That is because there are probably like a million ways to use it. People like to refer to lavender as the Swiss Army knife of oils because it just has so many different purposes or ways to use it. So for me and our family, what we use it most for is sleep, number 1. And then also any kind of like skin, if you like touch a hot pan, or maybe like, you know, you fall and scrape a knee, or sunburn, things like that, where your skin just needs a little bit of extra support with healing. Lavender is amazing for that. So as far as sleep, we diffuse this in our diffusers, in Hayden's room as well. I just diffuse less drops in her room. We also love putting this in rollers that we can roll on with like coconut oil to put on before sleep. And then obviously if we have any kind of like unhappy skin that needs a little bit of support, lavender is pretty much the first thing I always reach for. And of course it smells so dreamy, so calming and relaxing. And funny story, I actually have never been a fan of lavender. I never liked the smell, but I actually, turns out, I just don't like the like artificial, like manufactured scent of lavender, but the actual plant lavender I love so much, and it will always be one of my absolute favorites. Okay, beginner oil number 2 is lemon. This is such a staple in our household. This is such an easy oil to start using and incorporating and just loving. I mean, it literally smells like straight up fresh, bright lemons. Who doesn't like the smell of lemon? So one way I love to use this is just diffusing. I diffuse this all the time in our kitchen especially, or upstairs if I need like, I just want to like freshen up the bedrooms. Maybe it's like too cold and I can't open the windows, or too hot. I love this for just like freshening up spaces, and I also find it really like invigorating. So putting this in the diffuser, I just feel like it helps with just supporting my energy levels and just kind of gives me a little bit of a pick-me-up. Another way I love to use lemon, this is like such a hack, is for any kind of like sticky stuff. So like if there's sticky residue on like, you know, glass or something that you peel a sticker off, or maybe like Hayden got some like crayon or something that was not supposed to be there, lemon, just putting a couple drops on like a paper towel and just rubbing it, it like eats through like all of that gunky stuff, and it's like so amazing for cleaning. It's like such just a kind of staple to have in our house for all of those kinds of purposes. And we also just love the smell, so we diffuse it pretty much every day as well. Next up is peppermint. So this is another staple oil for sure, and it's also really easy to start using when you're starting out. So peppermint, just like lemon, it is very invigorating, it's very strong, and I used to use like peppermint oils from like a health food store, and it smelled really sweet to me, and I just never really liked it. That was when I first tried oils from like Whole Foods, and I was just like, I don't really get the hype, whatever, and they like sat in a closet along with the diffuser I bought. But once I got these, I was just like, okay, this is different. So it doesn't smell like super candy, like peppermint patty or peppermint candy, candy cane sweet. It smells like peppermint straight up, like the plant. So it's very like pungent, it's very invigorating. So I actually love diffusing it for lemon early in the morning if we just need like a little pick-me-up to start our day, or like in the afternoon when we're just feeling like a little bit sleepy. It's just really good just to kind of get the energy levels supported, and helps like wake us up and just feel a little bit more energized totally naturally. And it also just smells so fresh, so I love the smell of this in our house. Couple other quick ways I love to use this: if we ever feel any like head tension coming on, I will just use one drop because it's very strong, just one drop, and I will just kind of dab it like on my temples and forehead and like maybe like the back of my neck. It is so amazing for just helping to relieve the tension, and obviously it's totally natural. And then the third way, we always keep this handy if we are like outside in the hot summer months on the beach, or like at a park, or just anywhere where we're going to be outside in the heat for a long time. This is seriously magical. I do this on people all the time who like don't use oils. I'm like, let me just put a little peppermint on the back of your neck, you're going to feel so much cooler in like 2 minutes. And they're always like, wow, okay. I'm getting like shivers. It's amazing. It's kind of like air conditioning to go, which sounds crazy, but it's so handy for that, which is kind of random. But when you're like boiling in the heat and you're just like almost like suffering, this is like your best friend. Okay, my next oil is one of my absolute favorites, and that is Stress Away. So this is actually a blend of different oils. So the smell of it is kind of like a lime vanilla. It smells very tropical, and just like the name says, it is amazing for helping with your stress levels. So I love just putting this on my wrists and just deep breathing it in, maybe putting some like on my neck and my chest. And anytime I'm feeling like overwhelmed with just like all the things I have to do, or if we just have like a lot going on, like, you know, in our life, or just whatever, anything that's making me feel like not my calm, cool, collected self, this is one of the oils that I always reach for, because it just is so relaxing. It just makes, it smells like vacation, honestly, like if you're on a beach like drinking a pina colada. And who doesn't need a little bit of those vibes when you are like at home stressed and just real life is happening? So I love this oil so much. I also just love it in the diffuser. It makes your house smell amazing, and obviously without using any of the toxins or anything that are in candles that you burn in your house. So love, love, love Stress Away. This is also such a good beginner oil because it smells the least like plant-like, because it's like lime and vanilla. Who doesn't like that smell? So it's a really way to kind of introduce yourself into plant smells. Okay, my next beginner oil is orange. So this is just straight up orange, so citrus oil. I love any citrus oil. They just smell just like you would think. It smells like you just sliced open an orange and took a big deep breath. It's so like sweet and juicy and invigorating. So I wanted to include this because this is an oil that I diffuse all of the time, probably just as much as I diffuse lemon. So whether I'm making like summery diffuser blends or Christmassy diffuser blends or like warm spicy fall diffuser blends, like it does not matter. Orange is always an amazing thing to add. And it's just, again, it's one of those, it's just a great way to start getting yourself used to using oils and the smells of plants, not so much artificial fragrances in your house. And oranges smell great. Everybody loves the smell of oranges. It's really kind of like a gentle way to get into using them. So again, orange, I feel like is a must in everyone's house. I also love this as just kind of like a uplifting, like happy oil. So whenever I make happy rollers, I always use orange because I just think it's just kind of like just a happy, joyful, uplifting smell. Okay, next up is my favorite oil when it comes to all things just like cleaning and fresh. It is such a powerhouse And I think this is like a staple oil that everybody should have like at home. And this is another blend. So this one is called Purification. This smells so like, it's just like clean, like very, very clean, kind of citrusy, very fresh, and it's kind of intense, which I love because I feel like I always use less drops of this because it's very strong and very powerful. You just can use less. So I love this for all things cleaning. So whenever I clean my house, like if I'm doing any kind of cleaning in the house, I love popping Purification. You could do this alone, but I also like to add a little bit of lemon as well in the diffuser. This actually will like truly purify the air. So whether you're just like cleaning and you want that clean, fresh smell throughout your house, or after like cooking, like if you're cooking with something that's really like garlic heavy, or after cooking bacon or fish, those, you know, aromas that are like heavy and really hang in the air. Nobody wants their house to smell like bacon, you know, like unless you're eating it, then afterwards it's like, okay, oh, this is gross. So when you put this in the diffuser, I swear it like wipes out the bacon smell. It like surprises me every time. It just works really well. So I love it for that. I love it for diffusing, just for that freshness, for actually purifying the air and getting rid of smells and just cleaning up. And then anything really that's like stinky. So I'll take like a cotton ball, I'll put a couple drops of this, again, just a couple because it's strong. I'll throw it in the bottom of the trash can, you know, before we put the bag in, and that just helps it keep like it smelling fresh. You can do that same trick with like stinky shoes, just this on a cotton ball and shoes. You can do this in your car, put a couple drops on a cotton ball and like kind of shove it in the car vent. So when the heat or the air conditioning is going, it's just kind of like circulating the purification throughout the car, because cars can get like stinky and gross too, especially if you have a lot of kids or dogs or, you know, animals. So any kind of stinky stuff, that is like my favorite. If you're making any kind of like cleaning DIY, so if you're making like a baking soda scrub or maybe like a baking soda sprinkle for the carpet or any kind of cleaning DIYs that I make, always, always, always Purification is the oil that I reach for. And then lastly, another kind of clean hack is I love using Purification for laundry, specifically on dryer balls. So I'll put a couple drops of this, throw them on the, you know, on the dryer balls. I usually put like 2 in and throw them in the dryer, so that way your clothes kind of have this clean, fresh scent without having to use dryer sheets, which are so toxic and so fragrance heavy and just have so many chemicals in there that are then on your clothes and then seeping into your skin. So this is like so multi-purpose. Anything cleaning, fresh laundry in your house, this is a must. Okay, next up, this is such a coveted oil. It's so powerful, and that is frankincense. So frankincense is amazing for a few different things. One, my favorite personally, is for skin support. So adding this, just like taking every night before you go to bed, you wash your face. Before you put your moisturizer on, I will just take like a little bit in my hand, add just 1 drop, because that's all you need. It's very powerful. And then you just kind of mix it up in your hand and then apply as normal. This gives your skin the most beautiful glow. When I started using this, I was so shocked because I was still using my typical, before I had like switched out all my skincare to natural, non-toxic options, I was still using my same old typical conventional nighttime moisturizer, and just adding this in made the biggest difference in my skin as far as like just like evenness and calming redness. And I feel like it just had such a hydrated, just like that dewy glow that everybody is after. This is actually referred to as like the Fountain of Youth oil, or Fountain of Youth in a bottle, because it's just really amazing for supporting that youthful skin and just graceful aging, and I love it so much for that. It is also one of the most like grounding oils. Grounding meaning it helps you like center into yourself. So like if you think of yoga, that is an extremely grounding practice. Helps you like, you know, shut your brain down, get into your body, center, and just like calm the central nervous system down and just be in the moment in your body. And that is something that frankincense can support because it's very grounding. The smell of it is very grounding. That is how like our brain reads it when you're smelling it. So if you need to just relax, or if you're meditating, or you're trying to focus on something, work, homework, studying, anything like that, frankincense is such a favorite. I think it kind of smells like a mix of sweet tarts, which might sound bizarre, but like sweet tarts and incense. If you put those together, that's what I think frankincense smells like. and I have like just grown to love this smell over time. Also really amazing for sleep support as well, again, because it's just kind of like that grounding. It helps center you and bring you down and turn your brain off. And so you can use it for sleep. You can just like rub a drop on your chest. You can put it in the diffuser, however you would like to use it. Any way you're using it is just going to be amazing. You're going to fall in love with frankincense and like never be able to live without it. Okay, my next oil is another blend. There's just a few blends that I have in this lineup, and that is Thieves. So Thieves is a mix. It's got like rosemary and clove and cinnamon and lemon. It's all really great, just like purifying oils. So I, number one, just love it for the smell. It is that like, it's like fall or like Christmas in a bottle kind of. It's got that really spicy, warm, kind of sweet smell. So this is a must for ditching and switching out fall candles and like holiday candles. This, if you can like pair this with like orange or lemon, it's just going to make your house smell amazing, but without, again, all of those powerful artificial fragrances that would always give me headaches and have some really severe actually consequences on health when used like over time. So this is just like a staple for that, absolutely. So if you're trying to switch out candles, you need Thieves. But also it's just a really great oil for supporting our immune system. So we just love to use this all year round. I put it in rollers. We are diffusing it all the time. We just love, love, love this oil, and it's a total staple for us. And I feel like it's a really good oil to have in your arsenal, especially when you're new and you're starting out, because it smells good, but it's also very powerful and has a lot of different uses. Okay, my ninth and last, but certainly not least oil is a spruce oil, and it's actually Idaho Blue Spruce. So I think everybody should have a spruce oil, meaning like it comes from like a spruce tree. So this one is just from a blue spruce tree that happens to grow in Idaho. And I think that spruce oils are very grounding, kind of like frankincense, where they just kind of help you come down and just center and just, you know, calm the body and the mind. But I also find that it has like this dual effect, where it's this one specifically, where it's very invigorating at the same time. And if you don't really use oils, that probably sounds like, what are you talking about? But if you have it, you know what I mean. I love putting this in the diffuser. It just brings this like calmness, but also like invigorating vibe to the area. And that's one of the reasons I love oils and being able to diffuse, because you can just mix and match and make all kinds of blends. And if my house feels like it's, you know, it's messy and it's cluttered and there's noise and it's just, there's a lot going on, I will put like some stress away and, you know, maybe like some like lemon or something in the diffuser, just to kind of like, you know, make everything smell nice and clean, but also calm. Like you can respond to the vibe in your house, and then you can diffuse oils to kind of offset, or maybe help boost some moods, or maybe just help things smell a little bit cleaner, or, you know, anything that you want to do, you can kind of create with a diffuser going. And I find that they're just so calming. They just add this like layer of calm to, you know, the background of your days, which, I mean, I will always welcome with open arms. Anyway, that was kind of a tangent, but anyway, Idaho Blue Spruce oils are grounding, but this one specifically is very invigorating at the same time. It's just a very special oil. It's also one of the most amazing smells, which is why I included this spruce oil specifically in the beginner set, because again, when you're getting into using oils, they smell like plants. Like they're not all going to smell like this like sweet, perfect fragrance that like was chemically, you know, made to be pleasant to your nose. They smell like plants. Not all plants smell like amazing. So I wanted to pick all oils that smell really nice, because it's just easier to get into them that way. It's kind of a gentler path to really getting into using all kinds of oils. So this one smells the best out of all the spruce oils, I think. It's very invigorating, it's very calming. Specifically how I like to use it in the diffuser at any time, literally during the day. It's always amazing. It's always like a crowd favorite. I also love just putting a drop of this on the top of my head. It's one of my favorite oils to do with that, which might sound crazy. It's literally just like one drop on your scalp. You don't rub it in, you just let it soak in. It doesn't make my hair greasy or anything like that, because they're not like oily. They're not like fatty oils. They're more like liquid. And your head is kind of like a diffuser. So you just end up kind of getting whiffs of it all day long, and it's just so lovely. So everybody needs a spruce oil. This one is my personal favorite, and I also just think it smells the best, so it's good for beginners. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry if it's long. I could talk about oils all day. I really tried to be succinct, but it's so hard because they truly have so many different uses, and they just have changed my life so much that I love talking about them. So if you guys want to get oils, if you haven't started using them yet, or maybe you just want to get into trying Young Living oils, like I said, the starter kit is the best way to go. That's how I got started. It's how everybody gets started. And I have a whole video breaking that down. And I think almost all of these, but like 2 or 3 are in that starter kit. So you can start off with so many of these oils that I just talked about, because like I said, that starter kit is like a beginner set. I love it so much. I still use all of those oils all of the time. So make sure to go check out that video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something new. And even if you're already using oils, maybe you were able to pick up a new tip or a new oil to try, something like that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to stay tuned for all of my upcoming videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.